Came down to Century Motorcycles. Tim and his boys have put the bike back together. It's now a runner. Thanks to Tim. Wonderful work and a great shot. Welcome to MotoWorks, a place where we're going to head to the garage and work on some machines. From restoring old vintage motorcycles to getting the help from the best pro bike builders. Here at MotoWorks, we're going to do it all. So let's pick a motorcycle and get stuck in. Going up on the bench was my 1954 Triumph Tiger. I'd recently got some new parts for it, but after fitting the exhaust, I then ran into endless problems that I just couldn't solve. So, instead of doing it the wrong way, I opted instead to take my classic machine to the oldest motorcycle shop in Los Angeles, so they could do it the right way. So we're back at Century Motorcycles and I'm here today to pick up the Triumph. I had loads of problems once I got it back home. So I brought it back to Century Motorcycles for them to do their magic. Anyway, we're back here. They tell me I can take it away today and it's a runner. So let's get inside. Woohoo! I can't wait. So I came to Century Motorcycles with not only a motorcycle but a list of things that I needed doing. With my Triumph on the bench at Century Motorcycles, Chief Vintage Motorcycle Mechanic James went to work, and there was lots to do. My dad had beautifully restored the engine and gearbox, but the rest of the bike had to be assembled. There were many parts missing, and some had to be handmade. But James went over this old machine with precision and did everything necessary, whether it was on my list or not. And slowly, piece by piece, bolt by bolt, it all came together. And soon, my old rusty basket case was complete. Time now to add some oil, connect those fuel lines, gas it up, and then give it a kick. Oh wow, look at that. It started first kick. Totally amazing. And no better person to take it for its first test ride than the man who put it together.
Oh, clutch sticking.
It was a brilliant sight seeing my old vintage Triumph head off down the road, and I'm so thankful to my dad for rebuilding the engine and gearbox, and to Century Motorcycles for doing the rest. Great job. After working on it and now riding it, I then chatted with James about what he thought about my old machine. A 1954 Triumph, and it was a basket case. What's it been like working on it?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, the engine and transmission seemed like they were put together fairly decently. I mean, but there's always stuff like, you know, it goes together, it goes good on bench, now we ride it. I mean, there was a bolt missing out here. and there was oil leaking, and there shouldn't be oil leaking with the seal, so maybe the case got a little crack inside, but we didn't go into that, so we don't know why that would do that. Getting a little bit of oil out of the side, which may be from the breather, or sometimes there's really no seal on the inner primary, and there's extra oil, it's gonna come out. So it's stuff you gotta ride the bike, see what it goes.
So you've done quite a bit of work getting the electrics going, the timing.
Oh, yeah. Timing had to be done. I always check valves and timing regardless.
Yeah. What other things did you do? You got the fuel lines working?
Fuel lines, kill switch. I think we made some cables. Had to make a front axle because you were missing the special spacer that they use on pre-units.
Yes, yeah. I couldn't work out
up to
what
about
the problem
57 or 58. Then they changed. They went to a later type bottom, which has a bottom that actually bolts on, so then it has a regular axle. When you chain on, basically made it run. That was our big thing for now. Make it run, get the gas tank on where it can be ridden.
Yeah. He's now a runner.
It's a runner, you can ride it down the street as we've seen.
You can't believe how happy that makes me feel, because seriously, this was a total basket case. Now, as far as maintenance goes for a bike like this, what's the general maintenance rules for me?
It's fairly new, we got it running, so you're going to want to run it a little while. Then you're going to have to recheck the torque on the engine and probably reset the valves.
Okay.
You may have to do that one time, you may have to do that 6 times.
Okay.
You know, it depends on how the gaskets and everything settle in. Keep an eye on the oil leak. There's a little bit of oil that's spitting out, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's on the breather.
Well, I grew up with a dad who loves British bikes, and if it ain't leaking, it ain't running. Or you're out of oil.
A unit shouldn't leak, okay?
Or you're out of oil.
A unit shouldn't leak.
Is there any particular way I should go about starting it?
Well, right now we know when it's cold, we tickle the carburetor, which pushes down, which floods the carburetor.
Yeah.
And we saw it kick like first kick, which is good. You know, I pretty much figured it should start within 3 kicks.
Oh, wow.
Because you tickle it, maybe that first kick sucks to fill in. Maybe if you don't kick it good, maybe you'll get a cough or a fart like it wants to run, but by the 3rd kick it should start.
Well, I can't wait. Thank you so much, James. A little bit of throttle.
Just a little bit probably, yeah, just a hair.
I am so happy. I can't believe it. This was a total basket case. Now it's a runner. Top job. Century Motorcycles. Love it. Triumph. Love it. Now, I think we should head to the racetrack. Go ride. I just want to say thanks to Tim.
Heck yeah. You're welcome,
Thank you for
Jamie.
your wonderful work and a
Heck yeah.
great shop.
That's awesome.
And this is a smile for a man who knows what motorcycling is all about, and I'm going to be seeing him on track at Glen Helen. Is that right?
I'll be there, yes
Can't
please.
wait.
Yep.
I'm going to see you on track, my friend.
All right, thanks
All right,
a lot,
thank you,
Jamie.
Tim.
Heck yeah, thank you.
Leaving Century Motorcycles with a running motorcycle was a fantastic feeling. But I couldn't leave San Pedro until I'd had another one of those Busy Bee sandwiches. And as always, it's big, it's messy, and totally delicious. That is a bomb. What am I doing? Having fun. Thanks for watching. Now if you like this and want to see this rebuild in action, then head on over to my other channel Moto Geo, because there we're riding, travelling and creating all types of different motorcycle adventures. So go on, head on over to Moto Geo for more motorcycle fun.